Hi, Granny here. Gonna make my pumpkin pie. First I have to do the crust, and I'll bet you never made a crust with the ingredients that I have. So far I have 3 cups of flour and a teaspoon of salt. And then I'm going to put in the shortening, and that's a cup and a 1/4. Ugh, messy. Toss this. And here's the cup. There we go. Ugh. Now I have to wash my hands again. I'm all greasy. There's a little bit more. And a little bit more. Yeah. I get my hands washed. Now I'm going to cut the shortening into the flour and salt. Oops. The regular ingredients so far, right? Yeah. Now, this gets an egg, which is unusual, right? There you go. 1 egg. What did I do? And some water. It says 5½ tablespoons. So that would be 1/4 of a cup, a tablespoon and a half. 1/4 of a cup. Measure that. Whoa. Oh, too much. Still too much. Yep. A tablespoon and a half. No, a tablespoon and a half a tablespoon. Okay, I'm going to beat the egg. I should throw the water in there. Vinegar. Yeah, vinegar. Just a teaspoon. Teaspoon of white vinegar. And what that does is make the crust real flaky and not tough. Okay. All right. Now I already made a well in the flour and the shortening mixture. Now I'm going to add this. And I'm going to mix this so I get a nice ball, and then I will roll it out. Okay, when I roll out my crust, I put a little water on the counter and then just put wax paper down, not to dry my hands, and then I will put some flour on that. I find it easier to do it this way. Alrighty. Okay. Now, this was enough to make 2 crusts, but I'm going to use just half, and I'll show you what I do with the other half later. Yeah. I better leave the flour here. I need a little more. Okay. I'll keep patting it down as long as I can, and then I will use the rolling pin. Yeah. That vinegar and the egg, it makes it so manageable. Okay. I'll make a mess. That's what bakers do. Okay. Every which way. Everybody out there make a pie before, the crust? I know some cheat and buy it already done, but it's not the same what you buy in the store. Rolling it on the rolling pin. Lift it up. Get off of there. Put it on the pan. There we go. Oh, now I got to tuck it in there. There we go. Yeah, we got to get it kind of all down into the bottom of the pan. Looks terrible, don't it? All ragged. I'll fix it. All right. I need a little knife. There's one over here. I go around the edge and I leave a little bit there because then I have something that I can crimp it with. All the way around. Now I'm going to turn this under just a little bit so it's not ragged looking. All the way around. See? It's not hard. Okay. Now I'm going to just two fingers, these two fingers, and just go like this all the way around. Don't that look pretty neat? And then next I gotta make the pie filling. Okay, we're gonna make the pumpkin filling now. It's 2 eggs. And I need to beat that a little bit. And then my pumpkin. Can of pumpkin. Yeah. I like the smell of that. Great, and we'll stir that up a little bit. And then I'm going to add the spices. 1/2 cup cinnamon, a 1/2 cup. Boy, that would be pretty much. 1/2 teaspoon. 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. I think this is the cinnamon. And then a 1/4 teaspoon of cloves and nutmeg. I like the smell of these spices. Whoops, that's a little bit much. There we go. And this one. All right. I'm going to stir that in. Just don't get too many ingredients, and then it'll be just sugar and milk. That smells good. I like them spices. You see that? Okay. honey, half a cup of sugar, and a cup of milk. And then I'm going to stir this until it gets nice and smooth. And I'm going to pour it in the pie filling. It gets put in the oven at 450 for 10 minutes. That's sort of to help brown the crust. Okay, now the hardest part, I should have done this over at the stove. I got to carry it over there. Okay, now I forgot to turn the oven on, so it's preheating. Turned it down now to 350, and it's going to be in for another 45 minutes. But so the crust doesn't get real dark, I have these things. I don't know where I got them. Maybe at some kind of a Rubbermaid party or something like that. So I put those around the crust so it don't get real dark. I'm going to pull this out just a little bit. We'll take these off. Yeah. Okay, get this out of here. Doesn't that look nice? There. Well, I'm not going to taste this today, not till tomorrow. Now for the ingredients, the pie crust. It's 3 cups of flour, 1 1/4 cup of shortening, a teaspoon of salt, 1 egg, 5 1/2 tablespoons of water, and a teaspoon of vinegar. You beat the egg and the water together, then add the vinegar, and you make a well and add the egg mixture. And then you can see how it gets rolled out in the video. Now this makes enough crust for like an apple pie where you have the bottom and the top. And what I do is I divide it in half, and then I put the half that I'm not using in a baggie in the refrigerator. And if you don't wait too long, you can use it for another pie. And then for the pumpkin pie, it's 2 eggs beaten, 2 cups of pumpkin, a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, a 1/4 teaspoon cloves, and a 1/4 teaspoon nutmeg. You mix that up, and then you add a 1/2 cup of sugar and a cup of milk. And you bake at 450 for 10 minutes, and then at 350 for 45 minutes. Now, in my old oven, the 45 minutes was enough. But with my new one, I had to add another 10, so it would have been 55 minutes. Otherwise, it wasn't set in the middle. So you have to know your oven and if you need to add more minutes. Well, happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you later. Maybe we'll be baking some Christmas cookies. Bye.